Let's get and start talking a little bit about how to be able to create Dreamweaver templates. So what we're going to do is we're going to work off of the Lesson 12 folder, and I find a website off of the RC Photography website root folder. If you don't know how to do that with the downloads that are included here, go back to Lesson 9 and you can go over that step by step. Now, I have my files section, and inside of the Photoshop slices, I created a file called Sliced. And in here we have a variety of CSS styles which are holding all of the website layout. What I want to do is I want to be able to use this layout over and over again on multiple pages, but I want to be able to lock all of this here. To do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a template. Now, a template just locks an area and then puts an area that you edit called applying an editable region. I'm going to single click right here in the center, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in the content box area. And then I'm going to go to Insert, Template Objects, Editable Region. I click on that, and it brings me a editable region area that I can call content underscore area. You can call it whatever you want, bacon and eggs if you want, but I'm going to keep it a little bit organized, and I'm going to call it content area. I'm going to click OK. And now notice that there's a section here with refill text. I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and then delete the letter C. Bring myself there and delete. Now take a look at this. You might run into this problem. I'm just going to do an undo here. Sometimes when I do this and I do a triple click and I delete, I inadvertently delete the content area. So I almost always just kind of go into the begin here and then try to just highlight this entire area by just doing a shift and then a right arrow and delete it. Just makes it a lot easier. You'd be surprised at how many times I'm like, oh my god, look there, I deleted it again. So this is all set up now. All I need to do is save this as a template. So I'm going to click on File, Save as Template. And save it as a template. Save this. I'm going to call this General underscore 1. And actually, you know what? I'm going to get rid of the underscore. I don't really need General 1. And I'm going to click on Save. It's going to ask me to update links, and that's fine. Now, notice at the top it's changed to DWT, so that's cool. Close that and go back into open your files. Now, what I like about this is that right now, all of the stuff that we've done, all of the work is hidden in this sliced export because it's part of the site, but it's not something that you want to see all of the time. So keeping it hidden is fine. Templates in here, and you can also access that under the Assets section here. Now, right off the bat, what I'll do is I'll just click on the root site and I'll click on New File and just call this index.htm. I can double click on this and notice it's a blank page. Inside of the assets, I'll just go to the template section inside of the assets panel, and with the template visible, I'll drag it on top of here. That's it. Now this page is based on a template. Looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a page for About, Biography, and Contact, and I'm going to leave the galleries open. So now that I have this here, I'm just going to type in Welcome to the website. I'll hit the Enter key, and I'm going to use my lorem ipsum to be able to click and put in 2 paragraphs of text and click OK. Now, if you don't know what this is, let's go ahead and take some time to talk about it right now. I'm going to open up a page, and inside of Google, what you can do is you can type in lorem and more Dreamweaver. That's going to bring you this page right here, japaninterface.co.uk web design tool. I'm going to click on that. And inside of there, you should find Lorem and More extension. Once you download that extension will go inside of the Adobe Extensions Manager. It'll be an MXP file that you download, and once you find the MXP file, it's going to automatically go to your applications, and it's going to automatically run your CS4 extension manager. So all you'll have to do is just download it and double click. Matter of fact, I'll probably even include that Lorem and More onto the CD. And now notice Dreamweaver CS4, there's the Lorem and More. Fat Fusion and Thickbox we're going to talk about in a little bit. But you restart Dreamweaver and then you get this little button that allows you to be able to just put in some dummy text. So our index is done here. I'm going to call this Concepcion Photography and welcome for our title. I'll save this and I'll close this. Now I can go into the assets, and inside of the assets, that's going to annoy me if I leave this open. So I'm just going to call this Concepcion Photography, colon space, and leave that like that. Save that. It'll update index. That's fine. I'm going to close this. And now any subsequent page I make is going to have that. Let's go ahead and close the databases and open up the files. We said we wanted about.htm. So again, blank page, grab my assets, and take the general one, drag it in. Try that. Third time's a charm. Notice, come over here, Concepcion Photography, right? So I'll call this About Us, and I can say this is the About page, and we'll open some dummy text here. Let's put in some Shakespeare. Why not? Now we have that set. I'm going to do a save and close. I'm going to go back to the files, and you don't have to right-click and make the pages. I like doing it that way. I think it's faster. But you can go to File, New, and then Page from Template. You choose your site, choose your template. You can create. It does the same thing. And now this will be our Contact Us. Hit the Enter key, and maybe just put in one paragraph corporate mumbo jumbo, which will be more than enough. Save that. And I'll call that contact. And I want that to be contact.htm. And I'm done here. Save, close. Now, the only thing that we haven't done is inside of this, if I go to index and I preview, you'll notice that none of the buttons work. And this button doesn't take me to the beginning. So I'm going to want to change that. What I'll do is I'll go to my assets and double click on General 1. And then I'm going to start using the links to be able to link these pages together. And that's pretty straightforward. I just highlight this one graphic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this open. I don't know why, I just like doing it this way. So I'll keep it open, have the About section here, and this link section, I'll use the pick whip and just drag it to About. Biography, I'll drag it to, well, we don't have a biography. Oh, we gotta fix that one. Come over here, new file, I'll call it biography.htm. Now I can grab that whip, put it into biography, galleries. Yes, I know it's breaking. Don't worry, I'm going to fix that. And contact. Galleries I haven't done anything with. And you know what? This graphic at the top, maybe I don't want the whole graphic, but maybe I just want a portion of it. So I'm just going to come over here and set up a rectangular hotspot right on this. And what I'll do is I'll take that link and have it point to index.htm. Now, all of this stuff is breaking because there's a border that's being assigned to the images when they turn into a link. Don't worry about that. And come over here, we'll drag this in, and we'll open the CSS styles panel. And from here, I'm going to add a new CSS rule, which is going to modify a tag. The tag that is going to modify is going to be the image tag. Once we have that, I'm going to go and click on OK. I'm going to go to border, and I'm going to type in none. I'm going to apply, click OK. That gets rid of all of the border problems that we have there. Now that we have that all set, I can do File Save. It's going to update all of the pages that I've been using this template, and close. I'll close this, save the CSS file. There we are. We're back to the index. And I remember that that one page that I set up, the biography one, doesn't have the template. See, it's empty. And come over here, and what I'll do is I'll go and grab my template. I'll drag it in there. Looks good. And I'll call this biography. Hit the Enter key. And then this is our biography. Hit the Enter key. Go to Lorem and More. We'll put in some Cicero speech. 3 paragraphs of that. Save. And once we have that all set, I'm going to save and close it. Save and close that. Maybe I'll just keep the index file open, and then I'll preview that in Safari. So now watch. Index page. There's the About page. Biography page. Galleries doesn't have anything yet. Contact is contact. Maybe one other thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to add a little bit of padding to this main page. I don't like the fact that it's all the way at this very, very edge. So that can be something that we can change inside of this container. So I'll go to the CSS style, and I know that this area that we set up here, if I highlight it, notice that it's a paragraph inside of an editable region inside of a section called content box. So I know that the CSS styles deals with this content box section here. I'm going to double click it. I could do it right from here, but I kind of like just being able to see everything here. So I'm going to go to the box, and I'm going to add padding to the left and to the right. So 10 pixels off of the right, 10 pixels off the left. Now, as I add to that, I have to take away from the overall width so that I can keep that consistent. So since I've added 20, I took 20 off of this. I click OK. Brings everything in a little bit. I'm going to save that. And what I'll do is I'll preview this in the browser. Having that set, I'm going to refresh. There's my page. There's the about. There's the galleries. Let's go ahead and bring it here to the contact. Looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do over the next, let's go and save this one more time and close that. I'm just going to go ahead and just open this file just to check it one more time. Make sure that that content box got the positioning that we wanted. That looks pretty good. Okay. Save, close, we're good. Now, in the next lesson, what I want us to working on is I want to start working on adding a couple of rollover images for this so that we can make sure we know what section we're on when we're on the website.